Hello, my name is JC Sinram, and I'll be going over aerial fire apparatus fixed systems. Now, just to clarify, this is a basic overview, meaning that once we've gone over this presentation, it does not mean that anybody in this room is qualified or able to operate any of these fixed systems. The apparatus we'll be going over is a KME Predator. It's an aerial apparatus, 75-foot rear-mounted steel ladder truck, or Quint. KME stands for Kovach Mobile Equipment. An overview of our presentation is emergency lighting, scene lighting, generator operations, the pump, and aerial operation mode. So we start with the vehicle power. Most of these large types of apparatus have something called a Cole-Hersey switch, which is basically a battery switch. So you can see in the illustrations there's the on and off switch. Once you turn the battery on, or the Cole-Hersey switch to on, you go to the ignition. The ignition is just a simple switch from off to on, and there's no keys, you just push to start. Emergency lighting. There's a variety of switches in the apparatus, and mainly you need to know the master and the primary warning. When you turn on the primary, that's basically the red lights you see on most fire trucks. The white lights that you see on some fire trucks are the secondary warnings. They differentiate in that the white lights only turn on in drive, and also for some laws and regulations regarding airport and air runway use. Scene lighting. There's the driver's side, the officer side, left and right respectively, and the generator. The generator powers the halogen floodlights on both sides of the apparatus. The battery and the ignition must be on for the generator to be running, and the generator runs off the PTO. The PTO is the power takeoff, or a device that transfers mechanical power from an engine or another piece of equipment. Here we have another illustration of the buttons that you push for the scene lighting to turn on from inside the apparatus. And here you can see the driver's side has two halogen floodlights and one light for the driver door. And on the other side, the officer side, the same. Two halogen floodlights and a light for the officer door. The rear apparatus has two regular lights for scene lighting, the rear of the apparatus. Putting it in pump mode. Putting an apparatus in pump is enabling the apparatus to flow water for firefighting operations. So there are a couple steps to this. Power comes to the PTO, power takeoff. Transmission starts in neutral. You move the pump shift knob down 2 steps, you'll see the pump engaged light. Then you put the transmission in drive, and then you'll see the OK to pump light. So here in the illustration you see the top left starts in neutral, and as you move to the right, you move the shift knob down, you'll see the pump engaged light. Then you move up back to your transmission, you put it in drive, then you look back down, you see the OK to pump light, and you're ready to go. The aerial power. So, aerial power, there's 2 separate things. There's the ladder power and the aerial PTO. When you engage these, the airbags in the rear of the ladder truck will dump, meaning that it will drain the air tanks. So as you see here in this illustration, you see that the body on the left is when it's not in aerial mode, and on the right, where it is, you see a significant difference. The reason for this is so you don't have the suspension come in contact or interfere with your outrigger placement or jacks. If you look at the rear of the apparatus, you open up the ladder bay or the hatch, you see a variety of lights. All these lights indicate that the jacks or the outriggers are correctly placed, they're out, and they've made contact with enough pressure to hold the apparatus in place and stabilize it when anybody's using it for aerial operations with the ladder. You can see right above where it says outrigger system aerial, underneath it is a little gauge. There's a little ball that moves back and forth to indicate whether the apparatus is level horizontally. If you look to the left of the bigger picture, you'll see 3 toggle switches. Now these switches are on both the left and right side of the apparatus, and they control the outrigger movements from in and out and up and down. Here's just a picture of the outriggers. You can see that when you put the outriggers out, they take up a lot of room, and jack placement is crucial to outrigger operations. That is my presentation. Again, to reiterate, none of this means that anybody is able to operate or work these systems. It's just a basic overview. In my next presentation, I'd like to go over the actual operation of the ladder and safe driving practices, including laws and regulations. Thank you.